everybody, and welcome back to the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah! So, like, no big speech like last time, we're just gonna get straight into it. Hello, everyone! Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, Espio and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet. Thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Have you found any clues yet? Oh, detective. Oh, the detective pair needs help from the birthday girl. Ah, she knows everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. This tip is too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you. And quick! But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? The birthday girl has a master key. Right. The birthday girl gets gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. Solve the case before anyone. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye. Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now, what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. Is Charmy here? Or did you just leave the actual, 3-year-old to manage your business? Is Charmy here? I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm, here. Things aren't going great. Not sure if you've forgotten, but there was a murder. Well, I mean besides that. Besides murder? Ah, my social skills, non-existent. I'm Vector, the butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm Espio, the poet. Ah, poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader, meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prowess. Can I hear some? Sure, teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me? La 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 la, dee 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 dee. Look at these absolute godly chows. Look at that chow, he's got an egg on his head. What is that? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I'm satisfied, for now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. DJ and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh, sure! It's simple! We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car. Where Amy told me and Espio to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yup! Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain cup at the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to the saloon car. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly. We heard her shout, "No way," at the brochure stand over there. She left the book in the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through this library to the saloon car where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by rolling monkey action I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library to the casino car, locking the door behind him. He returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right. We sat trapped until Amy arrived, asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. Yeah, that's all that happened. With these locked doors, it seems Vector and Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around, and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I've got you covered too. Thanks, guys! Their alibi seems solid enough, but we should search for clues. What were you looking for? Yeah, I can't. Goddamn, I'm slurring like all my words here. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely! Okay. Start simple. Look what's over here. Okay, we're just gonna examine everything before we move forward. Okay. So bookshelf is possible. Espio. Globe. Hand. Trash. Vector. Table. Door. Poster. Other bookshelf. Some books on the floor, probably from said bookshelf. Alright, so that's everything. Oh, and... oh, okay, that's just an ad. Alright, let's start with the robot. Oh, poor thing. That arm is really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. Okay. I think next up should be the poster. A Chow hangs precariously from the tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really need to see this. This little Chow is hanging there, refusing to let it use his wings to fly to safety, because he's choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. It's beautiful. This Chow can stick to his principles and find strength, and I can too. There's no way that this much thought was put into this poster. Right? Is the fireplace? No, okay. Ooh, brochures! There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! DJ, look at this! There's a couple maps here! This seems to be a map of the library card. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. A library map out of your inventory. Should we take the brochure about the cave too? Look at their stalactites. Nah, leave it. Oh, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. I mean, we'll just... Oh, that single book is possible. Well, let's go here. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen on the floor and everything, but every book in these shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one. The user's guide to the express train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but this is interesting. Let's make note of it. Mirage Express manual added to your inventory. Nice. Okay, this single book seems odd, so we're gonna... What's this bright red book? Oh, yuck! It's reeks of the evil scientist, Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is Dr. Autobiography and Recipe book. What kind of recipes? Who cares? Won't trust a book he's written. It's weird it's even here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelet. You may not be wrong. Okay. Something always in the trash. Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check there. Hate to say it. Hate to say it, but there's nothing here. Ah. Really thought there'd be something in there. DJ, are you sad there was nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. I'm sure I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah, we're just gonna stay optimistic. Yeah. Look, these trash bins hide secrets. I'm sure of it. DJ, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Yes. Was that supposed to be a compliment? I took it as one. Table. Let's just pause this for a second. These chairs are very comfy, so plush. Puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. DJ, no. Don't fall asleep. There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time. How many rings would you have? Answer me. How many rings would you have? A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spangonia, if you've ever been there before. I have, actually. If you're visiting, be sure to stop at the university. Say hi to Professor Pickle. He'll tell you everything about the area. Make some one scrumptious sandwich. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? Let's talk to Vector. Did you bring me any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train. You actually tried to bring a knife on the train. I'm a man of authenticity, Tails. Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher. If you think you had a knife on you, we would definitely think you were the murderer. But what if I hid the knife? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. Let's interrogate. I don't think we have enough evidence yet. Why don't we look around a little bit more first? Nothing like cold cuts or a cold case. Let me know if you need any good butchering. What else can I investigate? Oh, these books. So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. Sadly, I have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of them were knocked down by the train speeding up. But Rouge pulled a lot of them searching out for something. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. So like, now what? Yeah, like, I've already read all this. I didn't mean to do that. Try talking to SBO, maybe? A fancy poem? I've made it up to space with my beloved antique vase, but I've been mistaken in my haste. Dropped the vase from my embrace. So my antique I must now replace. What caused you to drop the vase? Don't read too deeply. It's just a poem. He hasn't thought it through, has he? Interrogate. What else is there? Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going to the saloon car. When Shadow left the library, he locked the door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason for him doing that. We should make note of it. Yeah, I do believe we should. Shadow's lock's been added to your inventory. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and SBO to find out what really happened. Okay. Did you bring me any meat to chop? So, you two don't believe us, huh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Damn, that's so... DJ and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if SBO really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We were prepared to present evidence if need. Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out. Seems to be a line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. Now that brings to our attention SBO. Rouge entered the library car and found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but you were actually reading the entire time you were in the library car. Of course he was. Once SBO starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? SBO doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of thing do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch to what the book might be. DJ, could you help me out? Alright. What book do you think SBO may have been reading? A manual? You really think SBO's reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Huh. You underestimate my ability to parkour. What? Oh, I'm cooked. You were both grasping! I knew it! I didn't read it when I failed the first time, so I went back and read it. Dodge. Easy. Huh. The books were scattered around here to the fort for sure, but remembering the books on the shelves were in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone at the very least picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, SBO. Hey now! I wouldn't insult my pal like that! Calm down, Vector. I know what you mean. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. He is a trained ninja. I feel like he can handle himself. Apologies, SBO! A butcher and a poet. Friendship can come from anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading. The Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual, DJ, if you don't mind. Could you ask SBO some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz SBO about the manual to provide he read it. Which page should I quiz him on? 232. Sorry, 362. What efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms during events. They can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself. Though, I have a feeling train company didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons, explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like SBO aced that question. DJ, hit him with another one. Huh. 89. What is the Mirage Express cancellation policy? No refunds, and you will be charged a no-show fee that does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, DJ. See if SBO can go 3 for 3. Gotcha. Which page should I pick last? 56. Middle of the book. What was implemented to support conductor duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligence data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to assure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access the full suite of compatibilities without the conductor present. Wasn't that the ship in Wall-E? Now, did I pass your little test? Yes, you did. Totally. It's wild you were able. Totally. It's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. These answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit, though, the entire time a murder occurred, reading the entire time a murder occurred sounds a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly. That's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to subside despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual. I suppose we can... SBO, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true. And we have evidence to back it up. DJ? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, DJ, think. What piece of evidence links someone saw SBO reading? But what? Shadow's lock. Shadow's lock? Please, pray, tell me, what does this have to do with anything? We're up, DJ. Let's get our argument together. I need a big brain this. I'm too good! Shadow must have walked to the library car to get the saloon car where he originally set the high score to be on the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. So the high score, it wasn't the high score long. Crocs are natural gamers. And call me a crocodile. Estio said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, Espio was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk because back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I wasn't fully immersed in my book. That I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, I can see Espio's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at the moment you were really in the library car at all. But how would you know Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw Espio in the saloon car. He's a ninja that can turn invisible. Ninja that can turn invisible! Espio can go invisible. Espio has been seen in Sonic Heroes specifically. If I'm wrong, do what you did in episode 1. Hit me with Amy's Pico Pico hammer. But if I'm correct, put it on screen. Show him turning invisible. Now that that's up, it's a mystery, my dear DJ. One that I would love Espio to solve. You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved with my book, I didn't notice Shadow pass by through the library car, honest. When Vector returned, he had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death. So I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, Then how did you leave the library car? I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something. But I don't see it. Was Espio simply sitting reading? Or did he somehow vanish not to notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? I'm joining Tails. Because I already know it's Espio. He left because he can turn invisible! No, I can't interrupt Tails while he's onto something. Let's let him continue with line of questioning and... DJ, my favorite and beloved employee, please. Protect the passengers on board this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torrentious. Don't allow such an old, feeble soul to get sued. I have to make sure our guests are well taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails! We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio could not have seen one another? Alright, now let's get my thoughts in order. Huh! I increased to 70 rings in order to defeat you! The library map! Oh, I see! See the exits? They're right across from one another. A straight path. If Shadow walked down a straight path, there's a way Espio and Shadow could not have seen one another. Looks like you have to point out to me exactly where on the map you mean. Where could Espio been for Shadow to not see him? So this is the entrance. Here. Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book. I can second this! When I returned this from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot. That confirms it. You see, Shadow and Espio could not see each other from this spot. Because the bookcase in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio, or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Espio. There's just no way you could have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. It felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. He's tweaking. Look in his eye, he's tweaking. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering our questions. We did not interrogate Vector. We did it. Another pair of alibis validated. Too many locked doors to worry about. I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge, and especially Shadow. Oh, so it seems the door next to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. And that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio. Give him heck! And if you need any meat chopped, say the word. I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murderer on the loose. While doors keep getting locked, tick-tock goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident our detective abilities were really doing this. Come on, DJ! Let's see what's next! Coming! You sure you don't want to stay and look at all the great books a little longer? The mystery calls! Okay, the investigation continues. Who's next? I think it's Rouge, if I'm correct. Definitely Rouge. The Chow is a mustache! Mustache Chow! We love Mustache Chow here. Alright, as I said in the last episode, we're gonna do one car per episode until we've talked to everyone, and then we'll do probably about half an hour episodes. So, getting this out of the way, I hope you all enjoyed today. Why did I say it like that? I hope you all enjoyed today. But I hope everyone enjoyed today's episode. I'm going to leave it on this. You know what? Editing me. I need you to zoom in on that chow with a mustache while I do my outro. So, I hope all of you enjoyed. And honestly, I'm really getting into this mystery. The Vector's, I'm so happy I won't have to do Vector's voice for a while. My throat is in shambles. But, zoom out editing me. The arm is gambling. But, either way, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye!